students, now let's start our new chapter, chapter 7, working with OpenOffice Calc. The main concept you are going to learn in this session, working with OpenOffice Calc, editing and formatting worksheet, working with functions and chart, sorting, filtering and page setup. So first let us see what is spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is nothing but it is a very powerful office automation tool to organize, analyze and store data in a tabular form. What is the main purpose of spreadsheet? Manual mathematical calculations are very difficult. So, we are using spreadsheet to do mathematical calculations in an easy manner. Okay. You can perform any type of calculations by using spreadsheet. Okay. Evolution of spreadsheet. Who has developed spreadsheet? Daniel Bricklin and Bob Frankston developed the first spreadsheet called VisiCalc in 1979 for Apple II. In 1982, Lotus Corporation introduced Lotus 123 spreadsheet. This Lotus 123 was the first to introduce cell names and macros. In 1987, Microsoft Corporation introduced Excel. That is also spreadsheet. So there are so many spreadsheet packages available. In this chapter, you are going to learn about OpenOffice Calc. What is OpenOffice Calc? It is the popular open source spreadsheet application. It is maintained by Apache Foundation. StarOffice Calc, that is also one spreadsheet. This StarOffice Calc was the parent application of OpenOffice Calc, which was developed by German company namely Star Division in 1985. Next let us see what are the features are available in OpenOffice Calc. First feature is connecting with Excel. This OpenOffice Calc has ability to open, edit and save Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Next, AutoSum. It helps to add the contents of a cluster of adjacent cells. Next, list autofill. It automatically extends cell formatting when new item is added to the end of a list. Next, autofill. It allows you to quickly fill the cells and it can also be used to copy functions. You can also alter text and numbers with this feature. Next, charts. It helps you in presenting a graphical representation of your data in the form of pie chart, bar chart, line charts and more. Next, functions. It can be used to create formula to perform complex calculations on data. And last one is database functions. It is used to arrange, store and filter data. Okay. Next topic is creating a new worksheet. You can use spreadsheet application using two ways. What are they? First way is you have to click on the start button and select all programs option and select OpenOffice and select OpenOffice Calc. Okay. And second way is from Star Center, double click on the OpenOffice icon from the desktop. Okay. The opening screen is called Star Center. If you want to create new spreadsheet, you have to click on the file menu and select new spreadsheet option. Okay. See here, this is the spreadsheet. Here, this is the work area or you can call it as worksheet. Next, let us see parts of OpenOffice Calc window. There are many parts in OpenOffice Calc window. What are they? Title bar, menu bar, name box, address box, formula bar, input line, control buttons, toolbar, quick function wizard, formatting options, scroll bar and status bar. Let us discuss them one by one. Okay. First let us see about title bar. Top of the window is called title bar. It is used to show the name of the file and name of the application. In OpenOffice Calc, the default name for the first unsaved worksheet is Untitled1. When you save the file, Untitled will change to the name in which you saved. See, these are the control buttons. What are they? Minimize, maximize, restore and close. Okay. Next, menu bar. Below the title bar is menu bar. Most of the menus are very similar to what you learned in OpenOffice Writer in the previous chapter. Okay. File menu, edit menu, view menu, insert, format, tools, data, window, help. And next toolbar, under the menu bar there are three toolbars are available. What are they? Standard toolbar, formatting toolbar, formula bar. The standard toolbar contains frequently used file, edit and data menu commands such as new, open, save, send, print, preview, cut, copy, paste, sorting, inserting chart, etc. The formatting toolbar contains frequently used text and cell formatting commands such as changing font style, font size, font color, alignments, cell formatting, etc. And next formula bar. This is very important element in spreadsheet. It contains name box, function wizard, sum button, function button and input line. Okay. See, this is the formula bar. Here name box means it display the current cell address. Function wizard means it is used to insert function. If you want to insert any function, you can use function wizard window. Sum button, it is used to quickly insert some function. If you want to perform some function, you can use this button. And next input line, this is used to show the contents of the current cell. So it shows the contents of current cell. It always shows actually what you typed in a cell. It is used to edit the contents. Next bar is scroll bar. It is used to scroll the screen. It is divided into two types. What are they? Vertical scroll bar and horizontal scroll bar. Vertical scroll bar is used to move screen up to down. And horizontal scroll bar is used to move screen left to right. Okay. Next topic is row, column, cell and cell pointer. The worksheet has number of rows and columns where each column is labeled as A, B, C, D and AA, AB, AC, etc. Okay. And the rows are numbered from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Okay. OpenOffice Calc version 4.1.5 contains 1024 columns and 1048576 rows. And cell is nothing but intersection of each row and column make a box. That is called a cell. Okay. Which means this is one cell, this is another one cell, this is another one cell. Okay. What is cell address? Cell address is a combination of column heading and row number. Okay. Which means the address of this cell is B4. And what is cell pointer? It is a rectangle box which can be moved around the worksheet. Okay. Here this rectangle box is called cell pointer. Okay. Next topic is working with data. When you open a new spreadsheet, the cell pointer is located in cell A1. So the cell A1 is known as home cell. Okay. Cell pointer can be moved anywhere in the spreadsheet using the direction keys. What are the direction keys? Up arrow, down arrow, left arrow and right arrow. Tab key is used to move the cell pointer right side or forward direction. But shift plus tab key is used to backward. Enter key is used to move cell pointer. It moves the cell pointer to a cell below the current cell. Downwards. Okay. 4 direction keys, which means up, down, left, right keys are used to move the cell pointer anywhere in the worksheet. Okay. Next topic is entering the data. Any data can be typed directly in any cell of the worksheet. But the cell in which you type the data should be an active cell. So move the cell pointer to a particular cell to make it active cell. Okay. Or if you want to make a cell as active cell, you have to just click on the particular cell. Okay. Then start typing any data. When you type data, spreadsheet recognizes the type of data entered in cells. Okay. There are different types of data available. Data is made up of alphabets and numbers. Generally, data types are classified as alphabet data type, numeric data type, alphanumeric data type, date data type and time data type. The alphabetic data type consists of alphabets only. Numeric data type consists of only numbers, which means whole numbers and fractional numbers. Alphanumeric data types consist of combination of alphabets and numerals. Date data type consists of only date and time data type consists of only time. Next topic is creating formula. After entering the data in worksheet, you can perform calculations on the data in the worksheet. In order to create formula, you first need to know the syntax that describes the format for specifying a formula. In OpenOffice Calc, you can enter the formulas in two methods, either directly into the cell or at the input line. Okay. The formula in OpenOffice Calc may start with equal or plus or minus sign followed by the combination of values, operators and cell references. But generally, all the formulas should start with an equal sign. If any formula starts with plus or minus sign, the values will be considered as positive or negative respectively. Okay. Now let us see about operators. What are operators? Operators are symbols for doing some mathematical, statistical and logical calculations. So what is operator? Operator is nothing but it is a symbol. Okay, it is used for doing mathematical and logical calculations. OpenOffice Calc supports a variety of operators. What are they? Arithmetic operators, relational operators, reference operators, text operator. What are arithmetic operators? Arithmetic operators are symbols for performing simple arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay. These operators return a numeric result. Plus, minus, multiplication, division, exponent, percentage. These are the arithmetic operators. Next, a relational operator. What are relational operators? Relational operators are symbols used for comparing two values such as greater than, less than or equal to, etc. The relational operators are also called as comparative operators. It is also called as comparative operators. These operators return either true or false in a result. Okay. Greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. These are the relational operators. Okay. Next, reference operator. Reference operators are used to refer cell ranges. Range means what? A continuous group of cells is called a range. Selecting number of cells is called a range. Okay. There are three types of reference operators. What are they? Range reference operator, range concatenation and intersection operator. What are the three types of reference operators? Range reference operators, range concatenation and intersection operator. Colon symbol is used to define range reference operator. It is used to group a range of cells. For example, group of cells means A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. These are the group of cells. How can you define these cells? By using range reference operator? You have to use colon symbol. How will you write? A1 colon A5. Okay. You have to write A1 colon A5. It defines A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Okay. Tilde symbol is used as concatenation operator in OpenOffice Calc. Concatenation means joining together. Okay. For example, if you want to find the sum of values from A1 to A6 and C3 to F3, you have to write the formula is equal to sum and within the parenthesis write A1 colon A6 and next write the tilde symbol and after that write C3 colon F3. Okay. Exclamation operator is used as intersection operator in OpenOffice Calc. This operator is used to join two set of groups. It is very similar to range concatenation operator. Okay. If you want to join two groups, which means A2 to D3 and B2 to E4, you can use this intersection operator. Okay. Next, text operator. And operator is called as text operator. It is used to combine two or more text. So joining two different text is known as text concatenation. So and is the text operator. Okay. Next topic is saving the worksheet. How will you save the worksheet? First you have to click on the file menu, select save option. Otherwise use keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S keys. Otherwise click save icon on the standard toolbar. Okay. You can use any of these three ways. When you are giving any of these three options, save as dialog box will appear on your screen. In that dialog box, type the name in file name list box. OpenOffice Calc spreadsheet are stored with the extension .ods by default. Okay, .ods. This is the file extension of OpenOffice Calc. Next, click the save button. Okay. Now your worksheet is saved. Next, closing a worksheet. After saving the worksheet, it remains open. So you can continue to work with the spreadsheet. When the work is finished, you should save your file using file save option. Okay. After that, close the worksheet using file close command. Okay, click on the file menu and select close option. Otherwise, you can use keyboard shortcut to close your file, which means Ctrl+W. Okay. Next topic, opening an existing worksheet. To reopen an existing worksheet, you have to click on the file menu and select open option. Otherwise, click open icon in the standard toolbar. Otherwise, use keyboard shortcut Ctrl+O. Okay. You can use any of these three options to open existing worksheet. When you are giving these options, an open dialog box will appear in front of you. It is similar to save as dialog box. In the dialog box, you have to choose the name of the file that you want to open. Okay. After that, click open button. The worksheet will be displayed on your screen. Next topic is cut and paste data. If you want to move the particular data from one location to another location, first you have to select the cell or cells that you want to cut. After that, you can use three ways to cut a particular data, which means first way is you have to click on the edit menu and select cut option. Otherwise, you have to click cut icon from the standard toolbar. Otherwise, you can use keyboard shortcut, which means Ctrl+X. You can select any of these three options to cut a particular text. After that, move the cell pointer to the cell in which you want to paste. Then you can paste that particular text by using three ways. First way is click on the edit menu and select paste option. Otherwise, click paste icon from the standard toolbar. Otherwise, press keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl+V. When you are giving any one of these three options, the particular data will be moved to the new location. Okay. Next, copy and paste data. First, you have to select the cell or cells that you want to copy. After that, select any one of these three options, which means edit copy or copy icon, or use keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl+C. After that, move the cell pointer to the cell in which you want to paste. Next, select edit paste option. Otherwise, click paste icon. Otherwise, press Ctrl+V options from the keyboard to paste particular data. When you are using any of these three options, the particular data will be copied to the new location. Okay. Next topic is autofill feature. Autofill feature fills the contents from one cell to all dragged cells. Okay, for example, if you want to generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 series up to some length, it can be done by a simple click and dragging over. Let us see an example, generating whole number series. If you want to generate whole numbers in series, you have to follow these steps. Okay, see here. In cell A1, type as 1 and press enter. And place the cell pointer in A1, which means click A1. Okay. Next, click drag fill handle of the cell pointer. Now the mouse pointer becomes a small plus symbol. Okay. This is the drag fill handle. Here you have to click. Now the mouse pointer becomes small plus symbol. Okay. Next, drag over the cells. While dragging, the generated values will be displayed. Okay. After that, release the mouse pointer. The selected cells will be filled with the series of values, which means 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. You can generate the series of values by using command also. How will you generate the series using command? From the menu bar, you have to click on the edit menu and select fill option, and after that select series option. Okay, edit fill series. This edit fill series command is used to generate the series of values. For that, first you have to select the particular cells that you want to fill. After that, click on the edit menu and select fill series option. When you are giving this option, the fill series dialog box will appear in front of you. In that dialog box, first select the direction that you want to fill. If you want to fill series of values downwards, you have to select down option. Okay. If you want to fill rightward, you have to select right option. And then select series type. Here 4 options are available: linear, growth, date, autofill. If you want to generate sequence of series, you have to select linear option. To generate multiplication series, you have to select growth option. To generate date series, you have to select date option. And to generate continuous series of values, you have to select autofill option. After that, next time unit, 4 options are available: day, weekday, month, year. If you are selecting date in the series type, you have to select time unit also. Day means to generate date series day wise, weekday means to generate date series weekday wise, and month means to generate date series month wise, year means to generate date series year wise. You have to select any one of these options. And next, start value. You have to enter the start value of series. Next, end value. Here you have to enter the end value of the series. Next, increment. Here you have to enter the middle value between the first and second value of your series. So the next value, which means third value of series, will be generated based on this value. Okay. Which means if you are giving here start value is 2 and end value is 10, and if you are giving increment value is 2, then you will get the series 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Each value increases by 2. Okay. Because increment value is what? 2. Next topic is date arithmetic. Manual date calculations are very difficult, but date calculations in spreadsheets is very easy. For example, if you are entering a date 2/26/2018, here 2 is the month, 26 is the date, and 2018 is the year. Now suppose you want to calculate the date 80 days after this date. To do this, enter the formula is equal to A2 plus 8T in another cell. Okay. If you are giving this formula, the date 5/17/2018 appears in the cell. Next topic is inserting columns. You can insert a new column anywhere in the worksheet. For that, you have to follow these steps. First, you have to select a column where you want to insert. Next, right click on the selected column, then one pop-up menu appears. In that pop-up menu, you have to select insert column option. Okay. Now, a new column will be inserted to the left of the current column. Okay. Next, inserting rows. You can insert a new row anywhere in the worksheet. For that, you have to follow these steps. First, you have to select the row where you want to insert, and next right click on the row. One pop-up menu will appear. In that pop-up menu, you have to select insert rows option. Okay. Now a new row will be inserted to above the current row. Okay. Next, inserting cells. To insert new cell between two existing cells, just right click on the existing cell. The insert cells dialog box appears with the 4 options. What are they? Shift cells down, shift cells right, entire row, entire column. You have to select any one of these 4 options and click OK button. Okay. You can insert columns, rows and cells using insert cells toolbar also. Okay. For that, you have to click on the view menu, select toolbars options, and after that select insert cell option. When you are giving this option, insert cell dialog box will appear on your screen. It having 4 icons. This is insert cell down icon, this is insert cell right icon, this is insert row icon, this is insert column icon. Using these icons, you can insert cells, rows and columns. Okay. Next topic is delete single column or row. A single column or row can be deleted by using the mouse. First select the column or row that you want to delete. Next select edit delete cell options from the menu bar. Otherwise, right click on the particular row or column, then select delete column or delete row from the pop-up menu. Okay. Next, delete multiple columns and rows. Multiple columns or rows can be deleted at a time. For that, you have to select the required columns or rows for deletion. Next, right click on the selected columns or row. Next, choose delete columns or delete rows from the pop-up menu. Otherwise, click on the edit menu and select delete cells option. Okay. Next topic is formatting worksheet. Formatting data in a cell gives additional effects to the text. Additional effects that includes changing the font style, font size, automatic wrapping, bold, underline, italic, etc. Two types of formattings available. What are they? Text formatting, number formatting. What do you mean by text formatting? Making the cell contents as bold, italics, underline, changing font style, size, color. These all the things comes under text formatting. All formatting options are available as icons in the formatting toolbar. Okay. Next, number formatting. Number formatting options are used to visually change the format of your numeric content. These formatting changes are only for visual. It does not change its original value. For example, to display the number as currency form, use number format currency. Okay. So this is about editing and formatting worksheet. How to insert function in a worksheet? A function can be inserted by two ways. What are they? Direct insert method and using function wizard method. First let us see direct insert method. If you know the function name and its index, it can be directly typed in any cell of the worksheet. For example, sum, it is the most commonly using function. It is used to add a set of values. The syntax of sum function is equal to sum range 1, range 2, range 3 and so on. For example, if you want to know the sum of values A1, A2, A3 and A4, directly type the formula. What is the formula? Is equal to sum within the parenthesis, write A1 colon A4, which means A1, A2, A3, A4. Okay. Here the formula always starts with equal sign and sum is the function. Within the parenthesis you have to write the range of values. Okay. After typing the function, you have to press enter key. Okay, next method is what? Using function wizard method. A function can inserted using function wizard in calc. For that, first you have to click on the insert menu and select function option. Otherwise, use keyboard shortcut keys Ctrl plus F2. Otherwise, you can click function wizard icon on the formula bar. So you can use any of these three options. When you are giving any one of these three options, the function wizard dialog box will appear on your screen. In the dialog box, in the category option, many functions are there, which means database, date and time, financial, information, logical, mathematical, array, statistical, spreadsheet, text, add-in. So many functions are there. You have to select the particular category. If you select any particular category, the function list box shows the functions which belongs to the selected category. which means if you are selecting mathematical category, the mathematical functions will display on the function list box. From that list, you can select the particular function that you want. Here if you are selecting power function, it will calculate the power of exponent value of a number. There are two inputs needed to find the power value of a number, which means base value and the exponent value. For example, if you want to find the value of 25 to the power of 2, 25 is the base value and 2 is the exponent value. When you are applying power function, you will get the result 625. Okay. Next topic is working with chart. The charts are used to present data in an easy manner. OpenOffice Calc provides a chart wizard to create and manipulate charts. The charts will be created based on numeric data. You can insert chart by clicking chart icon from the standard toolbar. Otherwise, you can select insert chart command from the menu bar. When you are giving any one of these options, a chart wizard dialog box will appear in front of you. This chart wizard dialog box has 4 steps. What are they? Chart type, data range, data series and chart elements. So first you have to select chart type, and next you have to select data range, and next you have to select data series. After that you have to select chart elements. The first step is chart type. Here you have to select the particular chart type. All available chart types are listed under the choose a chart type list box. On the right side of the list box, you have to select the size of selected chart. Each chart has different styles. Next step is data range. Here you have to specify the range of data in data range text box. Okay. Next, third step is data series. Here if you want to add some more columns, click add button, and if you want to remove any column, click column names listed in data series box, and next click on remove button. Okay. After that, click next button to move the next step. Last step is chart element. In this step, in title box, type the title for the chart. If you want to add subtitle, you can type the subtitle in subtitle box, and you can add or modify the labels of X and Y axis. Okay. After that, click finish button. The chart is created now. Okay. See here, this is the example for chart. Next topic is sorting. What is sorting? Sorting is the process of arranging data in ascending or descending order. Okay. Arranging the data in ascending or descending order is called sorting. There are 3 types of sorting in OpenOffice Calc. They are symbol sorting, multi-sorting, sort by selection. Okay. Let us discuss them one by one. First, let us see about symbol sorting. Arranging data using single column is known as symbol sorting. Here you can use 2 icons from the standard toolbar. What are they? Sort ascending icon and sort descending icon. Sort ascending means sort. Arrange the data in alphabetical order, which means small to large. Ascending order. Okay. Sort descending means descending order. Arrange the data in reverse order, which means large to small. If you want to sort the data, you have to place the cell pointer in the field to be inserted. After that, click sort ascending or sort descending icon. Okay. Next one is multi-sorting. Sorting data based on more than one field is known as multi-sorting. For example, the worksheet containing data of 20 students belongs to different groups and different classes. To rearrange this data alphabetically by name and group code, multi-sorting is used. Okay. For that, first you have to select data and sort option. This sort dialog box will appear on your screen. In that dialog box, you have to select the field name. from the sort by drop down list box and then choose the order of sorting, which means ascending or descending. Then next another one field name is given. You have to select that field name also from the then by drop down list box, and next choose the order of sorting, which means ascending or descending. After that click OK button. Okay. Next one is sort by selection. In OpenOffice Calc, sorting can be done on selected range, but this kind of sorting is generally not recommended because other relevant data are also not sorted. Therefore, OpenOffice Calc displays warning message for this type of sorting. For sorting data by selection, you have to follow these steps. First, you have to select particular field that you want to sort. After that, click sort icon from the standard toolbar. Otherwise, select data sort option. Then the sort range warning message will be displayed on your screen. The sort range message box has two options. What are they? Extend selection, current selection. Extend selection means sort all the data based on the selection. Current selection means sort only the selected range of data. Remaining data are not sorted. Okay. Next topic is filtering. Filter is a way of limiting the information that appears on the screen. Filters are a feature of displaying and browsing a selected list or subset of data from a worksheet. OpenOffice Calc allows three types of filters. What are they? Auto filter, standard filter, and advanced filter. First, let us see about auto filter. Auto filter applies a drop-down list box to each field filled with the similar data available in that field. Using the list box item, you can filter the data that matches with the criteria of data consent. How will you select auto filter option? You can click auto filter icon on the standard toolbar. Otherwise, you can click data filter auto filter option from the menu bar. And the next one is standard filter. Auto filter is used only for single criteria on a data, whereas the standard filter is used for multiple criteria to filter. To select standard filter, you can click on the standard filter icon from the standard toolbar. Otherwise, you can select data filter standard filter option from the menu bar. Okay. When you are selecting any one of this option, the standard filter dialog box displays on the screen. In this dialog box, in the operator list box, you have to select one of the logical operator, which means AND or OR. In the field name list box, you have to select the column heading, and in condition list box, select the conditional operator such as less than, greater than, or equal to. Okay. In value text box, select the value. Okay. After that, click OK button to finish. Next topic is page setup, setting the page size, orientation and margins. To set page size, you have to click on the format menu and select page option. The page style dialog box will appear on the screen. In that dialog box, many tabs are there. You have to select page tab. This page tab is used to change the page size, orientation and margin. Okay. This header tab is used to create header, and this footer tab is used to create footer. So this is about OpenOffice Calc. I hope you understand. Thank you, students.